Right, let's learn about materials here. Okay, we explore the types of materials, their properties. Okay, let's carry on. Now, a question to think about before we start. Okay, what the different types of materials are, how the materials are different. Okay, different materials from each other, how the materials are chosen to make objects. Right, different type of objects are being made by or made from different materials. Okay, so what are the different types of materials? Now, the materials we are used to make many objects around us. Okay, to make objects, materials are chosen based on properties. Okay, that suit their users. Right, you cannot get the wrong material for the objects. For example, if your chairs, okay, the legs of your chairs are made of rubber, it may not it could be too flexible that it may not hold, okay, when you sit. Right, let's carry on. Okay, some common types of materials are wood, metal, and plastic. Can you think of others? Let's take a look at wood at this moment. Okay, wood comes from trees. These objects are made from wood. Right, for example, the guitar itself, most part of the guitar, okay, are made from wood. As of course there are some parts which are made from metal. For the fretboard, all these lines over here, of course the string is from plastic, nylons, and some parts are metal. This whole the wood over here is probably brought to the factory to be processed and to be made into papers. Okay, now what happens is trees are being cut down, okay, to make wood. Look at this, they cut the tree, brought it to factories and process them into, okay, objects like these. Next we have glass. Take a look. Glass is made from sand. Now glass is used to make objects such as window panes. Right, there are many window panes in our classrooms, aquariums, spectacles, glassware such as bottles. Now I want you to take note that nowadays spectacles, most of the spectacles, the transparent part over here, the spectacles are made of plastic, right, for safety purpose, because the plastic will not crack. Okay, when you it will not crack easily. Right, if your glasses, so-called the plastic glasses, falls off. Okay, for glass it would break. Okay, now we use the glass over here to make the glass pane for the aquarium, so that we can see through. Right, light passes through the aquarium glass to our eyes, so that we can see what is inside. Okay, now objects made from glass can be seen through. Next, rubber. Rubber is made from the sap of rubber trees. Take a look. Right, you just gently cut a side, okay, at an angle. The sap will slowly drip down here to this modified drainer over here. Right, and it goes into a container. Right, all this sap will be collected to the factories. Okay, and they are made to get to process in the factory to make objects such as rubber bands, erasers, tire, gloves, and balloons. Okay, we believe you know and you've seen and you've felt most of these materials over here. All right, metals most commonly used for if you need something strong to withstand buildings. Of course, most part of the building frames, columns, okay, we have metals inside. Okay, now metals come from the ground. There are different types of metals. Right, for example, the iron, aluminium, gold. Alright, these are just some examples. Okay, metals itself, they need also to be processed into various places. For example, they just came from the ground like this. Okay, rough and not properly cut. Okay, just like stones. Okay, when you get this, okay, it can be converted into useful things like this: aluminum foil, and these are iron nails, okay, iron nails, not of fingernails, but the nails that fasten to blocks or wooden blocks together. Okay, and these are ornaments where gold, right, is being made, where gold is being used to make these things over here. So raw metal from the ground and objects made of metals. Okay, now let's carry on. Ceramic found from the ground too. They are actually made from clay. Clay is a form of a very soft, okay, a softened kind of rock, right, to make it easy for you to understand. Now there are a few types of ceramics. Okay, ceramics are made into okay, clay are made into ceramics like this: mug, flower pots, floor tiles, okay, very important, floor tiles, bricks, and even man-made teeth are made from ceramic, right? Long time ago, where the technology was not very advanced, those people who need to replace their teeth, okay, they usually use metals such as gold, okay, but nowadays we can have your teeth that look white, okay, made from ceramic. All right, let's carry on. Bricks are made from clay, okay, into and then they're going to be put in the oven and heat them up and to harden them. Okay, now this is the ceramic over here for the false teeth to be covered up. You look very natural. Okay, and you can get, this is the clay, right? This is clay where this lady here, she's the potter. Okay, the clay, she form up this container over here. Then later on, this container will be placed into oven, okay, to be heated up and to get them hardened. All right, then later on they are supposed to be able to used. All right, fabrics. Okay, fabrics are just, when you think of fabric, it looks just like cloth. Okay, it is just like strings of materials, okay, that are woven together, joined together like this, is it? So it becomes cloth. Now the materials of fabrics can be different. Some come from animals, some from plants. Now wool, okay, wool and silk from animals. This silk is from the silkworms, wool is the sheep, and cotton comes from plant, those cotton plants, right? All these can be made, okay, are woven together, and they are called fabrics. Now fabrics can also be man-made. It means the material, for example, right, we can make mix cotton with nylon. Nylon means some sort of plastic string, like the fishing line. Okay, they join them together, and the material can be very hard, right? For example, some canvas, when you pitch a tent, some of these tents are made from fabric that are man-made, okay, almost plastic fabrics. All right, now fabrics are used to make objects like curtains, okay, clothes, and bed sheets. Okay, the next material is plastic. Plastic are made from oil obtained from the ground. Now that oil, okay, usually they call the crude oil, can be extracted from the ground, and many parts of the oil, okay, can be taken out, and one of the parts can be taken out to use as petrol, some parts as kerosene, and some as chemicals for other use. Now one of the parts from this oil is taken out to help to make plastic. All right, many objects around your home, such as containers, cutlery, okay, are made of plastic. Okay, plastic spoon, very useful. Plastic is useful because you can get them into different color. The materials, you can have almost transparent plastic like this, big, small, different shapes and sizes. Okay, Now there are different type of plastic which can be made, okay, to look and feel, right, like some other materials, for example wood, metal and glass. Now why do we need to classify materials? Right, just imagine it is useful to classify objects based on the materials they are made from. Now for example, okay, now let's get back to this. At the supermarket, kitchenware, okay, made of the same material is usually placed together. Okay, take a look at this. These are all the mugs, the cups, okay, ceramic. They are of the same size and shape, but the designs are different, made from ceramic. Okay, and plastic containers, all the different type of plastic containers are placed together. We classify them, right, together. So how is this classification useful, right? So that the shoppers will know, okay, where to get them, and they can use to compare, okay, the different type of mugs, the different colors. Okay, let's carry on. How are materials different? Now we use the word properties more than the word characteristic, right? The properties of each material will differentiate themselves from one another. Okay, now these, look at this, watch out for this. These are very, very important. Okay, now learn this word: strength, flexibility, transparency, ability to float or sink in water, float on water or sink in water, and whether they are waterproof or not. So I want to use a certain material, I gotta check whether they have these properties. Okay, I gotta check on the suitability to use. For example, your class, your desk, okay, we need to test, okay, on the strength. We cannot have, okay, a table legs which are made of some other light material, or maybe very soft plastic, okay, which cannot withstand, okay, putting our books and ourselves, okay, resting on the table. So we need the right type of material, for example metal, okay, to be used as the legs for our table instead of some soft plastics. Let's carry on. Alright, let's take a look over here. Alright, why? Because some material, if you drop, you fall. If this is made of plastic, then it will not be easily broken. Okay, if it's made of ceramic, where it's beautiful and nice, okay, most probably it can be broken. Alright, let's take a look again. Now let's talk about the strength of a material. Okay, now the strength of a material is the ability to be pulled without breaking or tearing, or even when you have to rest on it, okay, it will not break easily. So you call that strength. Okay, it is a strong material if it doesn't break or tear easily. Just remember that. Alright, now a material can either be strong or weak. So if it can be torn easily, then you classify that material as weak. Okay, W-E-A-K, and the opposite is strong. Right, now you can try to tear or break an object to test. Now watch out, right? This word, we need to test the suitability of the material. For example, I need to test whether this material is strong or it is weak. So what do I do? Right, I would try to tear or break them. Alright, so a piece of paper, I can just easily tear it, right? So that piece of paper is not as strong as my plastic folder cover. Okay, if I have my plastic folder cover, for example, this plastic folder cover, I can show you over here. All right, over here, plastic folder cover here. All right, I can try to tear it. Okay, it won't be easily torn as compared to a piece of paper. Right, let's continue. Okay, so plastic is strong, it does not tear easily. Right, this plastic plate here, right, so it can withhold, and it's also waterproof. Right, now paper is not strong, it tears easily. You can see this part is being torn. Let's carry on and take a look at what do you mean by flexibility and why this property of having material being flexible is important. Okay, but let's take a look. Flexibility means that a material has this ability to be bent. Okay, you can bend the material, but at the same time it won't break. Okay, that is important. You can bend it, but it won't break. Now this material, okay, it can be very flexible, or if it cannot be bent, you call it stiff. Okay, stiff material is opposite of being flexible. Right, just imagine the water hose. You can what you call reel up the water hose. Okay, it's flexible. They go around go around the reel, or okay, a ruler. Okay, a straight ruler which is not so flexible. You try to bend it. Okay, it cannot bend, and it cannot. It could even break. It could even break. Right, instead of being flexible, getting it back into its shape again. Right, least likely. So you can try to stretch or bend an object to test for its flexibility. So how do we test for flexibility? Yes, stretch, right, or bend them. Stretch or bend them. Okay, how flexible they are. Right, now let's take a look. Plastic can be bent, it is flexible. Now wood is stiff, it is not flexible. Try to bend, especially your pencil, wooden pencil. You try to bend it, it will just crack. Okay, break. Therefore, it is not flexible. Let's carry on to the next property, transparency. Right? Once you see the word transparency, it simply means seeing through. Okay, transparency of material refers to how much light can pass through. Now, some materials, like for example the bathroom door, okay, is not those glass door is not totally transparent. You can't really see through, but you somehow you can see someone bathing behind, but who exactly it is you can't. Okay, it means the light, okay, does not pass through that material easily. Okay, some like my spectacle over here, it can light passes through easily. I can see through the glasses easily, therefore I can see things around me clearly, much more clearer. Okay, a material can block light or allow light to pass through. You can try to shine light through an object to test whether it allows light to pass through. All you have to do, just take a torchlight, shine through them, okay, and see how much light, okay, how much light goes through. Okay, take a look at this three material. This is totally transparent. You can see actually the candle, okay, the lighted candle. You can even see the candle, the wick, okay, through this clear glass. Now this glass is not very clear, but somehow you still could see the light. You still could see the light, but you can't really see the shape of the candle. All right, you know that something is there, okay, burning or shining through. Right, it's not totally transparent. For this is totally out, light doesn't pass through at all. Even though it is lighted, you can see from the top here slightly bright, but through here the light does not pass through easily. Right, this object we call opaque. Right, this object opaque, translucent, transparent. Right, these are the new words you have to learn. Right, transparent, translucent, and opaque. Let's carry on. The other property is to see whether the materials, whether it can float or sink. Right? As I speak on, I slowly must think over why is it useful, right? Some material has got to float and some material must sink. Alright, a material can float or sink in water. Now you can place an object in water to test whether the object will float or sink. Okay, just all you have to do, place them in the water, right? In the water. So these are some wooden chopstick that float, okay, and the metal chopstick sinks. Alright, hope you understand what it means. So let's carry on. Waterproof is important. Waterproof material does not absorb water. It means water does not stay inside, alright, or go through it. Okay. Now you can try to drop water on the surface of an object to test whether it is waterproof. Okay. If the waterproof if the object if the water is being absorbed into the object, then that particular object is not that waterproof. Okay. For example, of a waterproof object is the umbrella, made of plastic. Of course, if you have an umbrella that's made of paper, totally paper, which is not coated with wax, okay, then that is not really an umbrella. Okay, sooner or later that paper umbrella will break. Okay, it's not waterproof. Now plastic is waterproof. And look at this piece of paper over here. When you place your glass on top, okay, somehow the condensation of the cold glass, the water, okay, will somehow fall, what do you call it, drop slowly onto the paper and leave the watermark. Okay, you can see watermark. Now this piece of paper is not waterproof. Okay, it absorbs the water. Okay, take a look at this. Okay, some material here are waterproof, some are not. Okay, the roof here that built in such a way, ceramic tiles, the tiles on top, okay, they are waterproof. Okay, the raincoat, that includes the rubber tire here, even the metal bicycle itself, they are waterproof. But of course our clothes are not waterproof. That's why it's being covered by the raincoat. And the socks this girl wears inside is not waterproof. Okay, now probably take a look at this here. This water hose here is flexible. Okay, it can be bent, it can be rolled up, right? And observe for yourself the materials here. Table here strong, alright, glass over here see-through, alright, and bricks over here made from clay, and they are strong. Okay, when the wind blows, it will not topple. The house made of brick will not topple. Okay, and so on. Look for yourself. Okay, so how do we choose? How are materials being chosen to make objects? Now, what materials are the objects shown made of? Probably have just gone through some. If you have the time, take a look. Alright, what they are made of and why they are made that way, and why are these materials suitable for making the objects. Now this nail is made of metal. Metal is strong. The metal nails can hold up heavy bookshelves on the wall. Now they're pointing over here. These shelves, they are being driven onto the wall. This wooden shelf to place the books here, they are being driven onto the wall by the nails, the metal nails. Okay, the next over here, the line drawn, you can see. Okay, right, this desk and the door are made of wood. Now wood is stiff and strong, right? Strong enough to hold, okay, the wooden top and the leg. Okay, broad enough and strong enough, okay, to hold a computer. okay, to be strong and stiff. It won't bend, it won't be flexible. Okay, the desk and the door do not break easily. All right. Now ceramics are used to make the bricks of this wall. Okay, the ceramic over here. Ceramic is very strong. The wall cannot be easily broken. Alright, so we are using the right material for the right area. So this curtain is made of fabric. You can see fabric, so it can be flexible. You can draw it and draw the window with curtain. Okay, open or close. Okay, the curtain can be folded at the side of the window, right? Now this window over here, the glass just now I've spoken of, this window pane is made of glass. Okay, clear glass. Clear glass allows Joe and Sue to see through. Okay, when they're in the house they can see outside, when they're out of the house they can see what is inside. All right, and all this depends on the amount of light going through the glass. Now let's take a look. The plastic bag. Okay, where's the plastic bag? Over here. This plastic bag is made of, first made of plastic, and is flexible and waterproof. Okay, different objects can be placed into it and they will not get wet, especially in the wet weather. Right, you carry your things in the plastic bag. Now the rubber hose, okay, it's made of rubber. The rubber is flexible, and rubber hose can be bent easily. That's all. Hope you have some understanding. And now let's continue a little more on how materials chosen to make objects. Now sometimes no one material has all the properties that are required to make an object. Now we just cannot say that let's say I have I get a guitar, I make a guitar. I can say it must be totally made of wood. Okay, just imagine without the nylon strings, there's no such thing as wooden string, right? The wooden string can never play the guitar because it's not flexible, right? Wood is not flexible. Now let's take a look at what it says. Now usually you see an object that is made of more than one material, like the shoe shown here. So many different type of materials. The fabric, so it's flexible for us to to wear comfortably inside. And this part over here, the rings are all made of metal, so that it won't be worn off easily. The hole, each time you use, it will not get bigger and bigger or tear, okay, after long use. Rubber, okay, to make it waterproof. Right, as we wear, we do not want certain part to be wet. Okay, so one object like this can be made of many materials, because not one material can satisfy, okay, making a complete object. Now why are rubber, metal and fabric used to make this pair of shoe? Think over why. Right, because of certain suitability. Think about it. Okay, this is basically we've gone through very briefly. I hope you understand about material. Okay, we've gone through this part. It says that materials, there are different types. Okay, wood, glass, metal, okay, ceramic, fabric and plastic. These materials can be combined to form some objects. Okay, for example the shoes. And of course we need to further understand when we need to decide on which material to use, we got to look on their properties. Okay, the properties are strength. Okay, strength simply means strong or not strong. Flexibility, whether it can be bent or it is just stiff. Okay, transparency is important. Now there are three ways of looking at it. Totally transparent, it means it allows all or most of the light to pass through. If it's not, it just if it's called translucent, then it just allowed some of the light to pass through. Okay, then of course this opaque does not allow any light to pass through. When we learn of ability to float or sink in water, float, sink, okay, then whether the materials are waterproof, okay, that is a very important part. Okay, now if it's not waterproof, it can absorb water. Okay, if it is waterproof, it does not absorb water. Now, not being waterproof, a material not being waterproof is also useful. Think about it. If your towel you use is waterproof, do you think it's a good towel? Right? Think about it. Okay, we have completed this, and we'll try to learn how to draw a mind map from this over here. Okay, and thank you for your time.